Y'all, it's Abby. I'm currently in the Viking Commons in the dining hall, and I'm here with such a special guest. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name's Alexandra. I go by Alex. I'm the marketing manager for dining at WWU.
Awesome. And we're going to be doing some myth busting today, doing some tours because Chartwells is a new, dining service on campus. So we wanted to come in today and do some dining tours. And so Alex is going to show us around today.
Yes, let's go. Yeah. So this is our check-in area. If you have a meal plan, I'm sure you've seen it before. You'll walk in and just tap your Western card right here, and then you're welcome in for an all-you-care-to-eat meal at the dining hall. So as we're walking in here, if you were here last year, it may look a little bit different. We've done some refurbishes and new decals, new stations, new menus. So I'd love to give you a look around and just to see which stations are kind of concentrated to which menu item. So around the corner here, we have our morning drive station. This is where you can get your all-day breakfast. Quick disclaimer, we are currently in our light lunch period, so not all stations are currently available, but you're more than welcome to check the station times in the front when you walk in, and also on our website, we have our hours of operation there as well. But starting with morning drive, this is our all day breakfast station. We also have a waffle maker over here, so you're welcome to make your own waffles. And this is all day long. So if you're a breakfast person like me, this is one of my favorite stations.
And this came back this year, right, with Chartwells?
Yes, correct.
Sweet.
So this is a new installment. Across the way here, we have our Fresh 52 salad bar station. This is where you'll make your salads. We do make composed salads, so you should be able to find something a little bit different each day. We also have our soups on the end here. That's where you can find your chef's daily soups. And then some other ingredients and condiments on the other side as well. That's where we have our fresh cut fruit and our yogurt and other breakfast items as well.
What's your favorite station?
Favorite station at Fresh 52 is probably the composed salad station. I think it's a corn salad today. And it's always some really good combinations there. And this is our allergen and gluten-friendly station. So all menu items made at this station is avoiding gluten and without the top 9 food allergens. It is served by one of our associates to ensure there's no cross-contamination. And they also change this up daily as well as all of our other menus. And there's some really good stuff. We also have our gluten-free waffles here as well. So if you're looking for avoiding gluten waffles, you can always request one at this station as well. This is our flame station. This is kind of the grill-themed station. This is where you get your sandwiches, your mac and cheese bites, which have been super popular. Different chips. We have fresh kettle chips today. Yeah, this is a super popular station, and this is probably one of the most popular aside from the Homestyle and Rooted station.
So what's with the naming? Is it just based off the type of food that's being served?
Yes, pretty much. So the name is kind of just like a hint to the menu that's going to be
awesome.
served there.
Okay.
So yeah, flame is kind of like grilled. Thrive is just thriving without without allergens. We love that. And then Rooted is our more vegetable focused, and Home Style is kind of like the soul food.
Awesome.
King of Rooted and Home Style. And once again, we are on that light lunch period. So what they'll do is they'll run the stations out to avoid food waste. They'll let students keep serving until the pans are empty, and then we take them out for the light lunch period. It is our vegan station. So all of the menu items on this station are vegan and vegetarian friendly. You can also view other vegan and vegetarian items across the stations by using those digital menu icons that you can use to determine other items that are vegan and vegetarian. And then right next to that is Homestyle, another popular station. That's where you'll get kind of your soul foods, comfort foods, fried chicken, vegetable medleys, things like that. They just had dumplings here the other night, and it was super yummy. So definitely another good station that we have. Finally, we have our sweet shop, which is actually located in 2 different areas. There is some sweets at the end of Homestyle, and there's also the sweet shop station that's in the back. And I know one of the first questions that comes to mind is where is the ice cream machine? But you got to stay tuned for that because that's going to be in our Q&A after. This is our sweet shop location. It's also where we have our different bakery items. You can make some toast or a bagel there, toast it up, and then we have the seasonal desserts. We actually have an in-house baker that bakes all of the pastries and desserts for all of the dining halls. So definitely take a try if you haven't.
What's your favorite dessert? That looks really good.
My favorite dessert, honestly, was probably the Lucky Charms marshmallow treats that they had the other day. They have some really cool, interesting dessert options, but honestly, they always look good. It's hard for me to choose just one.
Sweet.
Awesome.
It's literally sweet.
Yes. And then, oh, I almost forgot. Tucked away outside of there is our 500 degrees. And again, just a hint to what's being cooked there. That is our pizza station. So each day they'll have a different rotation of pizzas. Sometimes they do dessert pizzas. They had a s'mores pizza the other day.
Wow.
So definitely check that out when you're in here. And that also keeps running through our light lunch period as well.
Cool.
And in the back corners, you have our nook and our beverage area. So the nook's where you'll get your cereals and drinks and milks. There's also alternative milks in the cooler back there. And on the opposite end is just our coffee machine and then some more beverages. So on each end, you will find the beverages there.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
And I guess obviously there's seating here.
Yes. This arguably might be the best view of the dining halls
100%.
I've heard.
100%.
But yeah, so, and then we also have all kinds of information. If you're ever sitting at one of the tables, take a look at those napkin inserts because we have information about our dietitian, our website, and other cool info on there as well.
Cool. So we're gonna do a little Q&A. It's kind of gonna be like a myth busting with Chartwells because I know that y'all have a lot of questions when it comes to the new dining service on campus. So I guess to start off, what is Chartwells and who are you?
Sure, so Chartwells. We also like to go by dining at WWU on campus, but we are a food service company similar to the previous company that was on campus, but we are brand new to campus. So we just finished our first full month of operations, and once again, I am Alex. I'm the senior marketing manager for dining at WWU, so I handle the Instagram communications, things like that. But Chartwells as a whole it's a good dining company that comes in. We really focus on refreshing spaces, kind of reinvigorating spaces, creating excitement, while also serving safe, nutritious food.
Sweet. And then I guess a big question that people probably have to ask is like, what is the difference between Chartwells and Aramark?
Sure. So Aramark is the previous company that was at Western. So we come in and we have heard a lot of things, good and bad, from Aramark. But I would say, in my opinion, the difference is just really listening to our customers and our guests and responding to that feedback and making sure that we have that constant communication and dialogue and touch points, and really making sure that our spaces stay consistent and we are constantly rebranding and looking for ways to do better in our services.
Sweet. And then I know with Aramark too, there's not like the prison labor, like Chartwells doesn't do any of that.
Correct. We do not do any prisons, no food service for that. We're exclusively in higher education.
And then besides obviously like dining at WWU, I know that y'all do other things. So what across campus, like what do you all do?
Yeah, so dining at WWU, we are in charge of all the 3 residential dining halls. We're in Viking Commons right now. There's also 2 others, Ridgeway and Ridgeway, and then Planet Eats at Fairhaven. We also do the catering services on campus. So if you have a catering for your club or group meeting, we have a team that handles that as well as all of the market locations. So we do all the 5 or 6 markets on campus, as well as Zoe's, Starbucks, Freshens. If it's dining on campus, it is dining at WWU.
Cool. And then with catering, do people have to pay for that, I assume, or how does that all work?
So catering does have some intricacies as far as what group is requesting it, but I would definitely recommend just checking out our website, going to Cater Tracks. Sometimes certain clubs do have money that they can use for catering services, so it all just depends on what you're looking for.
Okay, cool. And then big question I think a lot of people are asking is that, I mean, I haven't used the dining services because I live off campus, but I know that last year there wasn't self-serve, but this year there is. So can you kind of explain like why Chartwells decided to do that and kind of the difference between self-serve and not self-serve, basically?
Yes. So as far as the residential halls go, some stations are self-serve, but some stations have to be served by an associate, such as Thrive, just to make sure there's less cross-contamination. But it's also a portion control aspect. We have noticed and seen that when it is self-serve, some guests tend to take more than what they wanted to eat, so it's also kind of a portion control measure. You can always ask for more, of course, but it's also just to have the portion control. But not all of the stations are self-serve. Now, as far as the markets go, you may have noticed that those are self-serve kiosks as well. However, we haven't necessarily removed our cashier associates. They have just been reallocated to be able to focus on other areas like the cleanliness of the store and making sure items are stocked often. So we really think as the system becomes used more, it will become more streamlined. We can allow the stores to be fully stocked and convenient for all of our guests.
Okay, yeah, and I know that one issue that I think people have been having that I've even had myself is that when I go to the diner or like one of the markets at around like 2 or 3, some of the options aren't even there because a lot of it like it's not restocked. So when it comes to like stocking and stuff like that, when do y'all restock or like how does that work?
Yeah, so restocking, it really just depends on the time of day, and if the cashier associates and the associates in there do get pulled to help with any technical issues. I know the retail team is aware of some restocking opportunities that they're working on, but restocking occurs regularly. But I know sometimes they do get hit after class periods and things like that. But we have heard about the stocking, and so we are allocating some additional associates to keep a better eye on that too.
And then in terms of like the actual Miller Market, I know that people really like the soups. I love the clam chowder. So are the soups coming back? What's going on with that?
Yes, we have heard a lot about the soups. Our retail team is definitely working on it. Soups will be returning. However, I can't give you an actual date yet. I'm so sorry, but they are aware. The good news is we have started to serve clam chowder on Fridays at the res halls. So you can find your clam chowder at the rest halls on Fridays until we get it into the markets, but we are working on getting a prep cook to work on those just to ensure we can serve them safely. But yes, you can get your clam chowder on Fridays at the rest halls.
That's the only reason why I want to know. I'm just kidding. Okay, cool. And then I guess going off of that too with the sandwiches at Zoe's Bagels, are those going to be coming back?
Yes, so on the same note, those will be returning. We just need to get the training in place for the team and source the products, but the retail team is on it. They're working really hard to source that product and to get that training in place to have those return soon, but we are aware that the sandwiches and soups are a big ask from the campus community, so we are working on it.
All right, and then I keep saying a lot of people are asking like important questions, but I feel like this might be the biggest question I've heard the most speculation about. Panda Express left, and a lot of students know that. There's been lots of speculation. People think it's like Chipotle. We've talked about this. I don't remember what else.
There's a few things floating around. I think Chipotle was the largest one.
Yeah.
But we have gotten official clarification that it is going to be bok choy. So bok choy is taking Panda's place. It is a similar concept. So there's items like beef and broccoli, lo mein, along with some seasonal options, but it is going to be really similar. Part of the reason for Panda going is that we weren't able to secure the training from them to continue and to open for the fall semester. So we just decided to switch to another concept and hopefully get that going by the end of the semester. If not, we are going to be hosting some samplings toward the end of the year to, so you can sample and gain some excitement and sample some products that are going to be available then. But we're super excited to get that up and running. But it is going to be bok choy.
Bok choy.
Yes.
I don't think is that like a chain restaurant or is that just kind of? I don't know.
No, it's actually one of our internal concepts. So it's something that Chartwells runs, and we have all the menus and the branding for it. So it's really just another way to kind of customize it to the campus, and it's another way that if students are looking for a specific menu item, we kind of have a little bit more freedom outside of a national brand to be able to customize those menus.
Cool. Well, you heard it here. It's going to be bok choy officially. It's not going to be Chipotle, but it's going to be bok choy.
Yes.
I do remember the question that I was going to ask you earlier. I wanted to ask, you talked about the different dining services, right? Can you explain to me what Planet Eats is? I know it's like an environmentally friendly dining hall.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked. So Planet Eats at Fairhaven is the nation's first climate-friendly college dining hall. So what that means is all of the menus are prepared without any beef products and with low dairy products. So the reason that we are shying away from the beef over there is because it produces more methane gas and it's harsher on the environment, beef products. So it's just kind of a small step, but we think a really important step to at least have that as an option. And we've been getting a lot of good feedback on that dining hall in particular, especially from vegetarians, vegans, and even people who just don't eat beef as much, or even people that do eat beef. Expanding the horizons and trying the turkey instead, which tastes very similar if you haven't tried it. So I would definitely recommend checking out Planet Eats if you haven't yet. It's a super exciting, great new concept.
Cool. Yeah, and then I guess going off of that as well, when it comes to like food allergies or being a little bit more aware of like the food that people don't eat, because I think Westerns are very different. Vegans, vegetarians, people that have food allergens. And I know in the dining tour you showed like what the most common like allergies like. When it comes to like stocking the market specifically or just dining hall services in general, how aware are you about like the food allergies and like how much do you offer when it comes to that? Even though I know you kind of explained it already, but like you just want to say the list of like the allergies and like okay, we cater to these things.
For sure, for sure. So if you have any allergies or dietary restrictions, my first tip would be definitely get in touch with our dietitian. So our registered dietitian's name is Gabby Brower. She's a super down to earth, super awesome manager that has been consulting with students on a case-by-case basis. Okay. So even if you have allergies outside of the typical 9 allergies, like somebody, for example, was allergic to tomatoes and some other ingredients, so they were able to meet with Gabby and kind of customly like personalize their meal plan and really make sure that they were able to safely eat and navigate through campus. The markets in retail usually have they do have all the ingredients listed on the packaged items, so it's a little bit easier to determine there, but as far as the res halls go, we do have all of our ingredients listed on our website, dineoncampus.com/www. Also on our website, you can get in touch with Gabby or any member of the team. But yeah, I would definitely say if you're somebody with allergens and you want that one-on-one support to ensure that you're navigating the dining spaces safely, I would definitely reach out to Gabby or check that ingredient list on our website. You can also email it, like I said, anybody from the team, and we can work with you on that case by case.
Okay, and is there a section specifically in the markets where it says like these are for people that might have allergies, or is it just kind of all over the place?
There's not. There's not a specified section. We can definitely work on something like that. It's a great idea. So for now, yeah, the best way to go is just to take a look at that ingredient list.
Okay. And then the other question is, will the Swipe Out Hunger restart? Because I know a lot of people have also been asking about that too.
Yeah, so the Swipe Out Hunger program, we are working on reintroducing. It has to be in alignment though with the university meal plan office as well as basic needs, because we wouldn't be necessarily facilitating the program. We would kind of let people sign up for it. But more to come on that. I don't have some solid dates yet, but we are working with the university to relaunch that. It is on our radar to relaunch that program by the end of the year.
Okay. And I know I've heard things about like at the beginning of the year people weren't allowed to swipe in guests. Are people allowed to do that now? Because I've heard in the past people are able to.
That's a good question.
Okay.
So the guest meal policy, if you have an unlimited meal plan, it does come with 10 guest meals. However, if you have any of the other meal plans that aren't allocated with the guest meals, you wouldn't be able to swipe those meals in. Just because the meal plan is intended for the meal plan holder, you are able to swipe someone in using dining dollars or credit or debit, but unless you have an unlimited plan, you would not be able to swipe a guest with those guest swipes.
Okay. I mean, I know that you've already mentioned this as well, but where can people provide feedback?
Yes, so feedback, we have a couple areas, and like I said, we love to hear feedback, good, bad, anything, we like to hear it. So the first thing I would encourage anyone, if you have any questions or immediate concerns, reach out to a supervisor or a manager in the building. We definitely want to ensure if there's something that we need to focus on immediately, that gets to the correct people and that we can remedy the experience as soon as possible. If it's not an immediate concern, or if you don't want to reach out to someone directly, we have our Happy or Not machines, at least in the residential dining halls. That's that machine that you'll see by the exit. It has 4 smiley faces. There is an open feedback option on those, so if you hit good or bad, you're able to hit something else and you can actually type about your experience, good or bad. That's another way in unit. Outside of the unit, so for retail, for catering, we do have a text to chat number. It's available on our website, and we can also share it with you to maybe post along with it. But our text to chat line goes immediately to all of our managers. It's a way to just contact us anonymously. We also have the feedback form on our website, so if you visit our website, there is a spot there to provide us feedback, location specific, and you can provide us there. And we also have a contact page on our website, which has all of the managers, their titles, and their emails. So if there's a specific manager that you'd like to get in contact with, you can do it there as well.
Cool. And all right, 2 more questions. So the first one is, are the ice cream machines going to come back?
The big question. So the ice cream machines temporarily have been removed due to some mechanical issues. We are looking into the parts to fix it. Surprisingly, they're kind of hard to find for ice cream machine parts, and they are a bit older machines, but the team is also looking into alternatives in the meantime. I know they were talking about bringing up a temporary ice cream cooler to put novelty ice creams inside. Right now, again, I'm sorry, I don't have a date, but we are aware of it. We are aware of the big ask for the ice cream machines, but we're hoping that our other scrumptious desserts will be able to fill the hole right now until we can get another temporary cooler up here, but it is on the way.
It's on the way, everyone. Don't worry. All right, and where can people follow y'all?
Yeah, so follow us on Instagram. We are Dining at WWU. We do giveaways on there all the time, and also that's the best place to get the most up-to-date information on updates, new locations, and new events. So definitely follow us on Instagram.
Sweet. All right, and I think that's everything.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Hello again, everyone. So we are here at Planet Eats at Fairhaven, another one of our residential dining halls. So what's really cool is that there is no beef products. So it is our first climate-friendly dining hall. So we try to use no beef products and less dairy products just to cut down on the methane output. So that's a cool feature about Planet Eats. We do have special preparation options. So if you're looking for something specific, we actually have our text to chat number posted right on the pillar right here. So this is where you can text the team. Let us know what we're doing well, where there's opportunities, and what you're looking for. We also have our dietitian posted on the other side. This is Gabby, our registered dietitian. She's always available to personally consult with you and meal plan about your allergies or dietary restrictions, things like that. So this machine is actually our farm shelf cabinet. We do have some sprouts right now growing, so we're super excited about that. These eventually will be used and incorporated into the menu items. So you'll be able to have fresh basil as a garnish on your dishes, and we're super excited for that. And so that is Fairhaven. We also have some cool, definitely take a look at the posters that we have hanging around. This kind of tells more of the Planet Eats story about how we're trying to conserve water and really make Planet Eats into an entire planet-friendly experience.
My name is Darren. I'm the sustainability manager for Chartwells. I also help run Planet Eats, which is our sustainability dining hall. If you come in here and see me, feel free to say hi. One thing you won't see in here is any beef products. That's one of our sustainability goals. So please give me a shout out whenever you see me around. Planet Eats is a dining hall made by Chartwells, which essentially has no beef products in it. We are plant forward to reduce both our carbon emissions and our impact in local food systems. We also like to get as much local produce in as possible to make sure that we're giving our money back to local farms in a sustainable way.